Hey guys, I think this turned out fantastically. Thanks for the hard work, thanks for making the changes and pulling it together in the end. I think it turned out really successfully. So let's go through a couple of the, points that I would like to point out while this rotates in a very difficult way to manage. So, a couple things that are working exceptionally well. The polygonal shape of everything is great. Let's shift back to here real quick. Shape, silhouettes, it's all aligned and looking together. Textures look very conformed and cohesive. What you got going on right here, this side, I like exceptionally well. This very light, very subtle rock detail is really panning out and really working well. The transition could use a little bit of work, however you want to do that with like a tufts of grass or however you want to hide that edge, I think is the only real thing that jumps out at me in this area. Besides that, the rocks are definitely a little high poly. They look like not part of the scene, so it's totally acceptable to forgive something like that since they're out of the appropriate scene, but they are a little high poly. I wouldn't put those in game if I were you. So as for the spikes, they're looking good. You got the color disconnect is really nice. They look a little pencil-y, but totally willing to look over. You might want to add a couple more slashes in there just to give that thing that they've been carved out. The intensity of the red of the shields is absolutely great. The Romans had access to that kind of intense red, and it's really panning out. I love that the cloth and the leather is kind of faded from the sun. That adds a bit of realism. I really like that. I like the story that you're telling with this little outpost. It looks menacing. It looks like a fortress. It looks like some place you would be very hard pressed to get into. So a couple of the things that were going on here. The bricks I love. I love that you did the inset and you added depth to those bricks. It helps so much. One thing I would do is would align some of these a little bit more just so it blends in, but it's working great. Thanks for beveling these wood. Maybe one more, or I don't know, 3 more polygons in the cylinder of that would help a little bit, but it's such an insignificant thing. Thanks for doing you did some creative stuff in the inside that I totally appreciate. Let me see if I can swivel in there. So you deleted the polygons in the right area, and then the ones down here, you kept in for the logs. So because there's holes in between it, you can kind of see through it, which I think is great. You could probably reduce those, but I think it's, actually I take that back. Since you're using the polygons all the way through the entire wood blocks, I think that's phenomenal. I think the story is great. A couple more props, but other than that, I think it's fantastic. The grass inserted, even though we didn't get that fully put together, I think would really tie this up. And if you're interested, I'm happy to put some time into it to really sell that as well with you guys. I like the little tufts you got in there. Those are absolutely going to match the stuff that you've got inside. And if you